Welcome to Elaine Clark VO Real Talking Tips, where it's all about communication. I'm the author of There's Money Where Your Mouth Is, a complete insider's guide to earning income and building a career in voiceovers, and voiceovers for podcasting, how to develop a career and make a profit. I'm also the creator of 2 Elaine Clark apps, Activate Your Voice, 5-minute exercises to strengthen your speaking voice, and Adding Melody to Your Voice, speech improvement instruction and workout. This first series of micro-learning lessons is 52 weeks, so subscribe and tune in each week to Real Talking Tips for a new communication lesson. Episode 52. Score Your Speech Success. Hello, I'm Elaine Clark, and welcome to the final episode of Real Talking Tips Season 1. Episode 52 is your time to assess what you learned in each of the speech communication micro-learning lessons and score your speech success. I have to tell you that the emails, reviews, and messages that I've received from all of you who took the challenge to improve your voice and communication skills have been overwhelming. Voice actors have told me that their performance skills and booking ratios have gone up. Podcasters have shared their enthusiasm about how much better their show sounds after applying the Real Talking Tips techniques and how that's helped their audience growth and loyalty. Salespeople have shared how much easier it is to connect with customers and close the sale. Presenters and public speakers have commented that their newly honed speaking skills have improved audience attention and follow-through results. And believe it or not, people in their everyday lives have commented that these Real Talking Tips communication skills have given them the confidence to make a career change, start a new business, communicate better with their child or other family members, and feel confident about their voice and what they have to say. Bravo to all of you. Okay, it's time for you to score your speech success. Let's review what we covered in this Season 1 of Real Talking Tips with me, Elaine Clark. Take a few minutes to rate yourself on each of the 52 Real Talking Tips episode lessons on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest score and 1 the lowest. Then tally your score. It should fall somewhere between 52, the lowest, and 260, the highest. This should be a pretty good indicator of your perceived skill set and specific areas you could use a bit more practice. And don't forget that if you ever need help, I'm available for personal coaching sessions. Just go to my website, ElaineClarkVO.com, and send me an email to schedule a date and time. Now, let's settle in and get ready to score your speech success. 1. How accurate is your assessment of your strengths and weaknesses? 2. How well do your resonators buzz? 3. How strong and supported are your vowels as you breathe from the ground up and into the diaphragm? 4. How clear and crisp are your articulators? 5. Do you enunciate well and open your mouth when you speak? 6. What talking score do you give yourself if questioning uptalk is a 1 and landing the message down is a 5? 7. If you're talking too fast, can you slow it down? 8. When talking too slow, are you able to speed up the speech tempo? 9. Can you adjust your body posture to sound confident? 10. Do you stand tall and pull your shoulders back when you need to sound prideful? 11. Are you able to speak from the heart? 12. When you speak, do you share your attitudes and opinions? 13. Do your storytelling skills include defining locations and creating a 3D world? 14. Do you give verbs action? 15. Do you give nouns a location? 16. Are your voice levels and tempos balanced? 17. Does your voice have melody like a sing-talker? 18. Does how you speak include a setup, body, and resolve? 19. Do you add slow, medium, and fast tempo changes? 20. Do you say items in a list slightly faster than the rest of the message? 21. How likely are you to slow down and smile on positive information and drop the smile and speed up on negative information? 22. How often do you use pauses to draw the listener in and jazz up the speech tune? 23. Do you focus your voice pitch and movements within a vertical high and low power box area? 24. How often do you use the horizontal power box to broaden or confine the message focus? 25. Do you take advantage of the 3 different pitches of your speaking voice by gesturing with your right hand, left hand, and both hands together? 26. Are you able to conduct your speech and body movements so they work together, much like a choir director does, to change pace, size, shape, intensity, emotion, pitch, range, and volume? 27. How often do you use a finger flick or other quick gesture to add a staccato sound to a word? 28. Are you able to set up a statement by arrowing the sentence up? 29. How often do you arrow a statement down to define an answer? 30. Do you wiggle your body or use jazz hands to add a shimmer to a focus word? 31. Are you able to slow down and stretch out a word or phrase when the rest of the message is spoken faster? 32. Do you use parenthetical movements to draw the voice focus inward? 33. Do you use a dip down to separate opposing information? 34. Can your voice add a melodic wave-like movement to separate noun, verb, and subject of the noun? 35. When shifting gears, how often do you use a hook to redirect the listener's attention? 36. Do you musically separate information into 3 different locations, up, down, and split the difference in the middle? 37. Are you able to mark a script with a variety of word emphasis symbols and follow those directions in an easy and realistic sounding manner? 38. What score do you give the strength and sound of your mask voice? 39. How easy is it to lift your voice higher into your head voice? 40. Can you drop your voice lower into your chest so it has resonance and power? 41. Are you able to easily shift between your head, mask, and chest voices? 42. As an authority, what score do you give your ethos? 43. Is your logos focused solely on logical information? 44. How easy is it for you to emotionally share your pathos? 45. Rate the use, consistency, and persuasiveness of your ethos, logos, and pathos. 46. When starting to speak, how quickly does your body bring your thoughts into action so the message has a clear moment before reaction and motivation? 47. On a scale of 1 to 5, how often do you add actions to intention words? 48. How often do you define the need into a one-word through line? 49. How easy is it for you to share your feelings, emotions, and attitude in areas that require personality and personal opinion? 50. If flatlining a message is a 1 and adding a story arc is a 5, how do you rate your current performances, speeches, and recordings? 51. If you completed your speech weaknesses list assignment from the previous episode, give yourself a 5. Otherwise, you know what score to give yourself. 52. From the beginning of this Real Talking Tips Season 1 podcast to now, how do you score your improvements on a scale of 1 to 5? Whew, you made it through all 52 Real Talking Tips lessons. Okay, now, tell me, how did you do? Now that you made it through 52 Real Talking Tips episodes and questions, what score did you give yourself, with 260 being the highest? Here's your final Season 1, Episode 52 Real Talking Tips assignment. 1. Add up your score. 2. Post your score and a personal comment on social media with the hashtags Real Talking Tips, hashtag Elaine Clark VO, hashtag speechcommunication. 3. Leave a review or add a comment about your score and what you learned on the Real Talking Tips YouTube site or wherever you listen to this podcast. 4. If you want to contact me directly to share your successes, improvements, next steps, or to schedule a coaching session, email me at elaineclarkvo@gmail.com. It's been a pleasure sharing these Real Talking Tips with you. And stay tuned for Season 2 of Real Talking Tips. I've got a lot more talking tips to share with you. Thanks for joining me on the Real Talking Tips podcast. To find out more, check out my books and apps and visit my website, ElaineClarkVO.com. Let's stay in touch. Become part of the Real Talking Tips community. Hit the subscribe button and use hashtag Real Talking Tips, hashtag Elaine Clark VO. You can also follow me on Twitter at Elaine Clark VO, Instagram ElaineClark.VO, and Facebook Elaine Clark Apps and Books. And don't forget to practice. It's all about communication. Go ahead, click the subscribe button.